Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 with Mike Powell, where we're talking about riding motorcycles for Jesus, and we're going to get right into the meat of what it looks like this time. So Mike, if I were in that hang around phase you talked about, and we went and we're going to go do an event today, what does that look like? Like start to finish, what does a day in Bikers for Christ look like in that kind of setting?
So start to finish, we've already coordinated the link up for us specifically because we always link up together and we ride in together. Okay, right? Everybody rides together. That's the joy.
We don't just
ride.
show up once.
Yeah.
Right? We got to show up in the crew and in the line and everything, right?
So we'll link up, and the first thing, rule number 1, and it's not even a rule. It's a heart thing that we all cherish. You pray up before you mount up. You pray before you get on your bike. Then we link up, and then we'll pray over that event before we go. Making sure we're good to go, and pray for safety for everybody going to the event. And then new guys ride in the back, but we'll have a tail gunner. There's always a patch guy behind all the new guys, but you'll be in the back of the pack. And then we'll ride out to the event. And we get there, we park up, and then the first thing we do is there's a hierarchy, right? When you go to these events, depending on which MC event you're going to, right? So whoever the primary motorcycle club at that event is, you will go talk to them first.
So any motorcycle event has a host or
correct
or a leader for that event. Okay. All right. It's not just a free for all.
Yeah, for us specifically in our side of the world. So when we go in, we'll say hi, talk to the president first, the officers, and work our way down to everybody else, from their patch members to their prospects, and then we'll go to the next group in that hierarchy and say hi to them, and we just make our round. So as a hang around, you will follow us as we go through it and greet these guys. But we've been around them so much that it's a side hug, say hi, how you doing, how's work been, hey, I saw you the other day. We have a relationship already. And for the new guy, I step back and I watch my hang around come up and introduce himself because he's got to go through the new guy spiel. And he goes through his new guy spiel, stating his name, what chapter he's from, who his chapter elder is, who his sponsor is. And then the person he is talking to at that event will go through their spiel too. And it's just like it's a respect thing. It's like, I'm letting you know who I am, where I'm coming from, and who's accountable for me, right? Especially for the hang around phase.
So if I mess up, you know where to find my handler, right?
As a hang around, I'm like, hey guys, there's leniency. Everybody knows what it's like being a new guy in the MC world, in the motorcycle ministry world. If you mess up your intro, they're gonna laugh at you a little bit, But after we make our rounds, say hi to everybody, we post up, and then we'll try to find people that we typically talk to, or find somebody that had asked for prayer, and we'll follow up on them. But what we do is we make ourselves available in a way that we're not just clustered around the majority. We put ourselves in a position that onesies and twosies, if they really need to talk to us, they can talk to us on the side about their private matters or whatnot. Because, not every man likes to open up their business to other people. And so for prospects, though, when prospects come in, man, if you mess up your spiel, the MCs will haze you a little bit, and we are just going to give you the side eye. It's like, come on, man, you've been here long enough. You get your title right. Say your name. It's easy. But we make ourselves available. We'll talk to key leaders about upcoming events, following up on past events. If they have something going on where they need a donation, we make donations. Because we're a non-for-profit group. Everything we bring in, Christ is given to us. Somebody is out of their pocket blessing us with it, and money comes in, money goes out, right? It's for the community, the bike community, for the events we go to. Sometimes we get to be at events a couple hours, and then beat feet 2 hours to another event, and then beat feet 2 hours to another event, and then go back home. Sometimes you could be in an event all day. So bring snacks.
Okay. All right. So where are these events? Is this parking lots? Is this like some kind of county grounds? Like where are you guys doing these ministry events at?
Everywhere. So fortunately for us, because we know a lot of people, we've been able to hold events at our church, other churches, coffee shops, because we know the owners. Some of the events are held at the local dealerships. They love having us in because when we come in,
so like going to the Harley,
like
shop.
Harley, different motorcycle places. So that way it'll help bring in customers, but we're also bringing in people from out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, they'll buy some merch or something, or maybe get a new motorcycle. But there are some motorcycle clubs that have their own clubhouses, and some of them are actual houses that they have paid for and that they own, and they just set it up for their motorcycle club specifically. Mm-hmm. And that's one of those things where you have to build the relationship up to be able to go to those clubhouses frequently to be around them, right? If you're not in good standings, they're going to tell you to kick rocks. Mm-hmm. And so, and that's...
So, but in that circumstance, it's already kind of like an open invitation where you guys can show up, or are you just kind of showing up and hoping you're received well that day? How's that kind of work?
So you build the relationship. We have bike nights, right? Mm-hmm. We'll go to, and every area will do their bike nights on different nights. And it's just kind of what fits to that specific hierarchy schedule, right? So when you go to bike nights, typically if you have not gone to one before, you connect with somebody that has been there quite a bit, so they can introduce you to them. It's kind of like vouching for, like, hey, I know this group. Mm-hmm. They've been riding for a while. They're new to the area. We're showing them the ropes. You kind of just take them under your wing. But for Bikers for Christ, since the beginning, the relationships have been established across the country that when they know we're coming or we're in the area, they know that we're going to show them respect. Mm-hmm. We're going to show up with an intention to, serve them Jesus Christ and to help support the community when they're supporting the community, right? It's like they understand we're here to do the righteous right thing. We're not going to partake in anything that is against what we do. Mm-hmm. And they hold us to that standard. If we're being hypocritical, they will call us out.
Everybody loves to do that, right? Yep. Christian and non-Christian love to hold somebody else accountable, right? So, and I was kind of going to go there with it. So when you show up at a clubhouse, if it's at a bar or whatever, like, you guys are in the presence of everything that we would consider unsavory and sinful, and yet you guys obviously, I would assume, are not partaking in those things.
Exactly.
It's If you, for those that have ever been present for everybody else getting drunk and high, and you're not the one doing it too, like, there's an awkwardness. Like, how do you spend your time while everybody else is indulging in all the things that you don't?
Laughter and fellowship.
Yeah.
Laughter and fellowship. We want to be able to go to places and show people that of sober mind, I have so much peace and joy in my heart. Same thing with everybody else in the ministry, even the other Christian ministries that are out there. We go with the intent of showing Jesus Christ. Even if I can't preach the gospels to you completely, I will show an example by talking to my brothers and sisters. Or when one of the guys comes over and talks to me, I'm not ranting and raving about what's going on there. I'm talking about the awesome things that are going on in my life. Or, hey, I saw that you guys did this. That's great. You were doing phenomenal things for the community.
Okay, so you're sharing personal testimony. You're affirming good things being done by others while not spending the time casting stones, knowing that you're in a place full of rocks, right?
Yeah.
So okay, all right. If you had to even guess, how much of your successful ministry do you think is from you just being a good witness versus you being a good evangelist?
Ooh, that's a great question. I love that one. And that's something I've thought about recently, because it goes through seasons, right? Mm-hmm. There's seasons where you feel like you're doing a lot of talking, but you're not seeing a lot of things coming out of that. And then the next season, you may have missed a lot of events, and then all of a sudden you're seeing guys get baptized. You're seeing guys leave the community, or guys are just out of the junk that they're in, right? Maybe they had a dark season, and now that positive joy is starting to flutter in their heart a little bit. They're feeling it in their spirit. But I would say just being present, being who we are, and being the salt, being the light, and just that beacon, I think that holds more weight than us going and just spouting scripture.
Right.
It's our personal testimonies and how we are, because these guys, believe it or not, when you are the new guy or the new group coming in and you say hi that first time, or they see you in the area, they're going to follow you. They're going to watch you. They're going to make sure you are who you say you are. If you're coming around us and you're coming to our clubhouse, you're going to talk to our guys, right? They're going to make sure you're not fake, or you're not trying to do something that's going to impose on who they are, what they're doing. So they see everything you do, but when they see you doing those good things,
there's respect given.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a respect culture.
It is a
ultimately,
huge
right?
respect culture. So much so when we do go minister, and like I talked to, we have females in our group. We let the females talk to the females.
Right.
And
Because that's the proper
that
thing
is the
in that
proper
setting, right?
thing.
Yeah.
In the motorcycle world, if somebody's called somebody's old lady, that's their wife or their girlfriend, right?
Mhm.
That is their woman. You don't talk to them. You don't touch them, right?
Yeah.
Just like you don't touch somebody else's motorcycle.
Right. So there are just certain things that are just known, and these are like the things you kind of brief your guys on before you ever go and do any engagements, right?
Yep.
Okay. So when it comes to that culture, you were kind of sharing off camera earlier, so I want to bring this to light for others. You guys, and correct my verbiage if I'm wrong, you guys are so servant minded that you're not coming in with your own agenda, only the Great Commission, and therefore you allow yourselves to follow the culture that's been set by others, those that are claiming ownership and dominance or sovereignty over that land at that time, whatever that area may be. You're submitting yourselves to doing it their way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we tell people, because you'll have a primary club and a support club.
Mm-hmm.
We are not a support club. We are ministers. We're disciples.
Mm-hmm.
We're going in to show them the difference, but they understand we are not going in to work for them. We're going in to serve for our primary authority, which is Jesus.
Right.
And as they see that, they understand and they respect that. Like, we'll have the new guy pull out his notebook, be like, hey, we just got a prayer request, write this down. We're going to put it in the chat later. And we leave names and stuff out of it for respect reasons and whatnot. But yeah, it's a great feeling.
Good. So, and I guess I was bringing that up because some people might say, no, you carry the authority of Jesus. You should come do it your way, and you should display something different. And I wanted to highlight it because I think it's important that we understand. Look, they don't see it any different than you being within a sovereign state or country and obeying those laws in how you practice your faith, right?
Exactly.
Not violating, not going against those that are in charge. And while we wouldn't necessarily respect or honor that their ownership of that land is, as they see it, is somehow equal to state or national government, but we still honor it to allow ourselves to get that door open, to allow that foot to get in, to build the relationship, to build the rapport, and to ultimately try and win them over, not force their hand. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. We build these relationships from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys, I talk to him a lot, and he's in a specific MC, a dominant MC around here. And we were having a good conversation one day. I just randomly saw him at his job, and I was like, man, I want you to know I love and respect you. I may not respect and approve of everything you do, but I have love and respect for you, and I'm always going to be here to pray for you guys, to be available for you guys in these hard times. And in return, he's like, man, I greatly appreciate that, and I really respect you guys coming around. And that's what it is, like meeting them where they're at, not judging them for what they're doing, because I can't do that.
Well, I mean, so anyone living outside of Christ is already living under condemnation anyway, right? So there's like why spend our time and energy, doing that? But so I think it's knowing the volatility that could occur and the drastic difference between a disciple of Christ and somebody who's living that 1%er life.
Yeah.
Just to be that present light is extremely valuable,
And I want to clarify too, because when I first started this ministry and, when the names of the clubs we'd be talking to and whatnot, I'm like, oh man, whoa, this is going to be crazy. But as I got to know them and, when you get to the motorcycle ministry with us, we tell you like, these are normal people that you will see at work. You've probably seen them in the restaurants. You've probably seen them at a grocery store. They've probably worked on your motorcycle or worked on your car. Sometimes you don't even know they're in these groups when you talk to them. He's like, they're normal people. They're normal children of God that were lost like we were, or choosing to live a different way like we chose to live differently. So now we are trying to just show them that there is something else out there. And so the fact that they let us do it And when I say let, right, because I can talk about Jesus anywhere and everywhere,
You can.
right?
You can.
But when you're going to somebody else's house and you gain their respect and they don't believe in Jesus, but they're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can talk about Jesus here, man. That'd be great. That opens up new doors for the kingdom to move in and work and less doors for the enemy to move in.
Yeah, absolutely. So it, man, I had a thought and I feel like I've lost it, but like you said, the permission or that they let you, that respect culture that exists, it's letting you do it without earning persecution for yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that door is open for you to do that. And so, to be servant minded in that way, I think is a beautiful thing. And some watching or hearing this may oppose that and say, no, you should call down hellfire, right?
Yeah.
And that's not of the spirit we're called to be. So, one, I just want to say I appreciate how you guys go about doing that. But what you just said kind of made me think like, okay, so the guys you're encountering aren't necessarily like the ones we would see portrayed on TV or in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the extreme characterization of some folks. You're meeting guys and gals that have jobs, that have families, and they just choose to do things a little different than us.
Yep. And it's a lot of what it is, as being vets, right? When you establish a brotherhood in the military, there's a lot of times you don't find anything else like that, right?
You don't. Right.
And then when we became Christians, we're like, oh my gosh, I have so many brothers and sisters in Christ that will do this discipleship walk with me. So for them, a lot of guys, prior military or just got out of prison or just had nothing growing up, when they find that brotherhood, the amount of respect that is shown in that community is phenomenal. The amount of structure that is shown in that community is phenomenal. I learned so much from them just by watching their demeanor towards their officers, how they get on their bikes, how they ride, how they take care of each other. I'm like, that is a bonded brotherhood. Now
it mirrors a lot of stuff we experienced in the military.
Exactly,
right? Okay.
Exactly. So that's a lot of what they're drawn to because it's brothers taking care of brothers, right? It's just we know there's a difference of brothers in Christ taking care of each other instead of just us doing it on our own out of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything else you'd want to share about how it goes down when you guys do an event?
Yeah, it's different each time. Bring cash.
Okay.
No, I say that just because.
So cash and snacks. That's what I heard
cash
so far.
and snacks.
Okay.
There's always there's usually vendors. There's ways you can donate. A lot of times, what you'll see we donate to in the community, whether it's at an MC event or a motorcycle ministry event, it's either to a family that's in need because somebody got sick or hurt, a biker that got injured and he can't work and his family needs groceries. Like the money is always going to something that's helping somebody.
And they're instigating this. They're leading that.
Yeah. And so when I was talking earlier about us getting food and Christmas gifts for family, the MC that we primarily minister to in this area put that on. They're like, hey, we're going to make sure we take care of this many families, this many kids. They're going to get fed and they're going to get Christmas gifts because we know it's been a hard year for a lot of people. And so we're going to combine efforts and do what we can to.
So they're doing a charity run event, charity orchestrated thing. And you are contributing too. You're not saying, well, no, we're going to go do our Christian thing. We see
Correct.
you doing a good thing and we want to contribute.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, really eye-opening. Thank you for this. We're going to come back, I think, for one more episode. We're going to talk about some personal testimony, if you're willing to share some stuff.
I'd love to.
And we'll talk about the highs and lows of this stuff. So if you guys want to join us back for that next episode, we'd love to have you. See you soon.